Welcome to the first episode of Pound for Pound, which is going to be a weekly Muay Thai, really just in the fight game, kind of in Asia, worldwide as well. I'm Teddy Mulvagh alongside Joe Gwilt, who are commentators here on the ground in Bangkok, Thailand, and internationally as well whenever we get the call.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to the call again sometime soon.
We might be. Today we have 5 rounds coming after you. Round 1 will be Muay Thai action. We'll be talking about the Muay Thai game here in Thailand. Round 2 will be has entertainment taken over fight game. Round 3, punch versus counter punch. We'll each take a side as far as women and men in fighting overall.
We might both take the same side though.
We might.
But you can post underneath and let us know what your opinion is.
Round 4 will be walk down memory lane, and round 5 will be my culture take. We'll just bullshit and talk about stuff. So let's get right into it, shall we? Round 1, we're going to start with Channel 7 Studios. I just got out from the Sky booth. Featherweight Championship was on the line. Mong Kong Chai versus Glass Sook. Glass Sook, if you remember, has the black chicken on his chest.
I remember it very well. It wasn't called a chicken last time we spoke, though.
It's a male, big black male chicken on his chest. Take it as you will. Champ walks in the ring. He's much taller, almost about 10 centimeters taller than his opponent. Me and Kevin Noon were wondering what Glass Sook could do to get inside. Round 1, pretty much a wash. Round 2, kind of a wash, but Mong Kong Chai was in control the entire fight. Round 3, he beats him up.
This is a title fight.
Featherweight Championship on the line here at Channel 7 Studios. Mong Kong Chai is the one to beat, and Glass Sook does not answer anything. The puzzle, the enigma, he can't figure it out. He's getting picked apart. No big shots, really, but he's getting picked apart. Mong Kong Chai's defense, his push kick, the way he was handling the fight, very frustrating for Glass Sook. Glass Sook really wasn't able to get anything in. Round 4 comes. Mong Kong Chai gets a little bit out of his comfort zone, out of his calculated, and Kevin says he does this sometimes, that he can pounce, and he does. He flies in with an elbow, with a knee. He keeps his hands open like this to try and grab his opponent, Glass Sook. Glass Sook, left elbow, right on the button, knocks him cold out.
Clean
knockout. And new featherweight championship, Glass Sook. Glass Sook found an opportunity and took it. He was getting handled, but it wasn't. It was almost at a moment where I was going to say there's levels to the game, and Glass Sook's not at that level. He was at that level. He just waited for his opportunity, and when he saw it, he was as dangerous as could be.
When he went down, did the ref manage to catch his head?
I tried to, but no, he went right down. Good call on that, though. The referees here in Thailand are always 1 meter away, and they save the fighter from slapping their head and getting more damage and more concussed on the way down. They sacrifice their own body.
It's like a goalkeeper jumping underneath and catching it just at the moment.
Just at the moment. So, Glass Sook, congratulations. Back to the drawing board for Glass Sook, though, I have to say. He did catch him. It was an intelligent caught. It wasn't just a haymaker. He found his moment and took it. The champ was out of position, but he was getting handled.
Were there any indications that he was looking for that exact shot?
Yeah. Great question. 2 times he had that same elbow. The champ, who was also a champion boxer as well, and you could see Mong Kong Chai's boxing here, his head movement, his footwork, the way that he had his chin tucked, the way they had it up. So the first 2, glancing off the shoulder, coming straight down, so he did try and catch him twice with it. And then the champ, you'll watch it, MuayThai7.com, Mong Kong Chai versus Glass Sook, it'll be up soon. The champ was so out of position. Caught him. Congratulations.
That was the main event for the card?
That was the main event for the card.
Anything else on the card?
Yeah, man, our boy Tanachart, who came in 3rd last year at the Tiger Cement Tournament. Babyface, Greek god body, small guy, against Jack Pett. If you want me to get into it, okay. Goes against Jack Pett, seasoned veteran, 21 years old, Tanachart 17. Tanachart is meets this win, right? On the Vegas books or Macau books, Jack Pett would be up. Both small. Normally, Jack Pett and Tanachart, 163, 165, have to overcome the height advantage. Here, both the same. Fight played out really well. Kevin and I were talking about other things. We were talking about Rafi Bohic. We were talking about Tanachart. It was slow goings. It was a chess match, but it was slow goings. Tanachart waits. Jack Pett goes to grab him. Tanachart slaps the arm down and comes over, right? So he slaps. He's coming to try and grab me. He controls it. boom, lights out. The most significant hit of the fight, the only significant hit of the strike, lights out. And I was saying, Jack Pett can knock people out, but he can get knocked out. I've seen both. Tanachart, knockout artist, but gets knocked out as well. So that was you could feel it in the audience, because they both, not a weak chin, but they fought killers, but they tend to get knocked out. And then that's what we saw. Grabs it over the top, classic, over. It was a great elbow KO. Double elbow KO, actually, because championship as well. So that was Channel 7. It was amazing. I also want to jump into Superlek versus Ron Grit. That was at the Channel 3 Rochester show. Superlek. Great defense. Ron Grit comes with head kicks, right? So he's throwing up those head kicks. So with his left head kicks. Immediately, Superlek starts peppering the right leg, because you have to plant the right leg to get the left leg up. So he just starts peppering it. Good luck planting your weight on it, right? Totally taking away the power from that head kick from Superlek. Amazing. So that was in like round 3. The head kicks were coming. He was defending them and just peppering that leg. Round 4, Ron Grit gets an early sweep. That's about it. In the clinch, Superlek was controlling it, and then he starts pressuring and attacking right here in round 3. And then round 4, starts really pressuring rather than just waiting back and playing defense and playing the chess match, just going after it. Round 5, it was a classic Muay Thai. Round 5, Superlek defends. Ron Grit tries his best. Clinch work, throwing some elbows, can't do it, gets picked apart.
Bent the knee?
No, but he couldn't solve the puzzle. It was a great fight, and it was a high-level Rochester Channel 3 fight. It was dope, but Superlek just calculated and measured the way that he took away the weapons, the way that he applied his offense, the way that he didn't use any energy that wasn't warranted. It was amazing. It was so beautiful to watch.
Can be a thing of beauty, and it's done to perfection.
Now, to stay on the Muay Thai game, to stay on the Muay Thai topic, I want to go to 1FC. 1FC is making huge moves in MMA. They're making huge moves globally. They have Wilson Clyde, they have Eddie Alvarez, they have Demetrius Johnson, they have Stan Fairtex in the women's division. It's amazing. Brendan Vera is their champion, who's an old school. I think he won the UFC belt in like 05. They're making moves, but I'm very good at fight of the night. I called Tanachart being the fight of the night. I called it, and it was. Fight of the night at 1FC. You can do whatever you want on the card and see whoever you want to see.
Fight of the night. Hang on a minute. For those who don't know, when we're working together at Channel 7, every time, the 4 fights...
Also in China sometimes.
Yeah, in China sometimes the 4 fights, I'll always ask Teddy, what's the fight of the night or the fight of the afternoon going to be when we're at Channel 7? And you've got a good...
Pretty good at it.
Yeah, no, it's a strong track record. I'm
going to tell you fight of the night continuously. The one to watch. Pet Dom in 1FC. He's, not only is he a monster, but he's also, I'm going to pull up a quick video for you guys. Not only is he a monster, but watch the way he comes out to the ring. He's promoting himself like crazy. Look at him doing a floss dance.
In my opinion, 2 of the best knockouts of the year. His name is Pet Dan.
Look at him. He's always got colors in his hair. Look at him playing up to the crowd. He's not shy. He's respectful.
The hardest weapon in any combat sport, it's got to be the left roundhouse kick of Pet Dan. You see the left round kick again there from Pet Dan. First of all, he takes on Aussie Josh Tonner. Tonner's holding his own for the first minute or so. He kicks Pet Dan a couple of times on the jaw, but Pet Dan's just waiting. And he lines up that left roundhouse kick. And Tonner blocks it a couple of times.
Boom.
Is this just Muay Thai?
Yes, this is Muay Thai. This is Muay Thai, like kickboxing action for 1FC. But I'm telling you, they're going to put heavy hitters on the cards. But 1FC, if they open, right, because some people, 1FC is free, isn't it?
It's been free every time I've been,
okay.
So they do.
So one thing about a free model, in my opinion, is to continue the longevity of people watching. If I pay $60, I'm watching it, man. I don't care if the fights suck or not. But if it's free, maybe if I'm not really entertained, I'm going to move to something else. If they open the fight up with Pat Dom and have it, you're going to continue to watch it. This dude is non-stop action. He's fun in the ring. He's very, very skillful. Obviously, the left kick or the right kick is coming at you intense. He's a brawler. He's the best. So in 1FC, for me, the one to watch that I think is a show stealer, even with the names that they have, Pat Dom.
Is he
Colored
fighting
hair.
on the next card?
So the next card's April 12th. He's not on that card, but on the May 10th card, Petdam will be in Bangkok, Impact Arena. I'm telling you, man, it's something to see. A lot of free tickets floating around. We went to a 1FC a while back. I got hammered. It's 100 baht a beer. Sorry, it's super unprofessional. It was 100 baht a beer. The atmosphere was awesome. One Championship's really doing it, man. They're doing well with their weight classes. They're doing well with the longevity of their fighters. They're getting a lot of fighters. So, yeah, overall, pretty happy with that product. Petdam's the one to watch.
But it's a good card as well because you have the MMA.
Yeah.
Mixed in with Thai boxing, and we did have the Rumvisai fight on that card as well, didn't we? So we had the Western boxing. So they had that one in the boxing ring for Rumvisai, but normally they'll have the octagon, and if they have the MMA fighters, obviously they're in there, and Muay Thai as well will fight within that.
So I think that's about it. No, we're going to move on to Tawan Chai. Real quick, he just won the Thai government fighter of the year. His name's Tawan Chai. He's by far the best fighter on the planet, in my opinion, at this moment
Why
in
would
Muay
you
Thai.
say that?
He's ridiculous, dude. He takes out the executioner 3 times, which is Kulab Dam. Things that Tawan Chai does well. What he does is he attacks your heavy hand. Kulab Dam's a southpaw, so his left hand is huge. He's just kicking that left arm. Block it, homie. Block it all you want. Cool, man. He's just wearing you down.
Well, it's not only wearing you down, it's taking it out of the strike as well.
Of course. So he's able. The kick's ridiculous anyway. So that's most Muay Thai. Top echelon Muay Thais are going to have a huge right kick. We just talked about the Petdam. So didn't the guy from 1FC. Forgot his name. He was talking about the kick. So most of them have that. But where he's throwing it, how he's throwing it, he's not only throwing it to score points. He's throwing it to take away what you have. Also, the second Kulab Dam got him next to the ropes, he circles away. He gets away as much as he can because as power punchers and top-notch Muay Thai guys get you close, that's when they just let go. So he never let him be able to let go. He's immediately out. Or if Kulab Dam or another fighter even does get close to him, he'll grab you right away. Wait for the ref. Grab you right away. Doesn't let you do anything.
You said he just won the award?
Yes, he just won the government
Was it
award.
presented to him anywhere?
Yes, it was. I mean, it was still
Okay, I
earlier
just wondered
today.
whether that was today,
Earlier
because
today, yeah.
you met him today as well.
Yeah, because he came to Channel 7 just to watch. But the award was presented earlier. Kevin was there. And his push kick, which to me is the most important arsenal that you can ever have in Muay Thai, is the teep kick. And the way he uses it offensively throws the other guy back. I'm telling you, he's not judging distance. He is pushing you away and waiting to attack whenever he can. His footwork around the ropes, the way that he attacks what you have and takes away what you have, the way that he smothers you when you get inside, so good luck with the elbows. All of it is amazing, the way that this guy does it. And he has a chin. And he's a championship mindset. He's insane. Tawan Chai, I just wanted to give him a shout out here on the podcast.
Well, we were discussing it before as well, that because of the level of opposition in Thailand, once you get past 135, really, it kind of gets a bit sparse. So now he's got to that level. He's going to be going on to the world stage, the international stage, moving out away from Thailand because he needs bigger fighters to fight against.
He'll be similar to Super Barn in that sense of his career. I think that the second he hits the international stage, everyone's going to love him. Now I don't know if he's as camera savvy as Super Barn is, because Super Barn is super savvy. He's a straight killer. You think you guys are best friends when you talk to Super Barn.
Yeah.
Like when Super Barn gets around
Super
you,
nice
you're like,
guy.
oh, I'm sorry, did we just become best friends? And he's like, nah, but I'm just a really nice guy. So I don't know if he's savvy like that. But what I'm saying is he's going to win like Super Bon is.
Yeah.
Not only that, he's going to enter tournaments, Kunlun or WLF, and everyone's going to be like, oh, shit. Like all the other fighters are going to be like, all right, let's go for second place. Because we've seen that with Super Bon.
Yes.
We've seen fighters that are absolute killers in their own right. The second Super Bon gets to the tournament, they're just like, all right, second place. It's just a mental thing that he's just so good. And I think Tawan Chai has that ability. Oh, he's just watch him. Watch the clips on YouTube. Watch him. It's amazing. Also, Super Lek, watch him too. It's poetry in motion for Muay Thai. I think that's all right. Round one, man.
Yep, that's very good.
Round one over. Round two. Round two has entertainment taken over. Joe Gwilt?
Well,
You wanted to talk about this?
Well, yeah, we were both wanting to talk about it really. When the big fights are being made, I'm talking predominantly boxing. That's been the biggest fights throughout history. Let's take, for example, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. The amount of years it took to make that fight, to build the fight, to build the fight, to build the fight, to make it the biggest fight out there financially. It was a bigger fight to me many, many years before. It was a more important fight to the fans who enjoy that many, many years before. However, it didn't get the viewing numbers, which means the dollars at that period. So it's better to milk it, time-wise. So the question is, are the TV companies making the fight sports too far into entertainment and a money-making machine, and are we, the fans, losing out because of that?
Sure, the fans are losing out because of that.
But
or
you
would they? Or
but
would
you
they?
say that, but there is an argument now by newer fans. Maybe I'm from a different generation. There's an argument now from newer fans. Yeah, but he made this much money. That makes him the best.
Yeah.
They made this. There were more views worldwide, so that makes it the best. No, it doesn't. Not to me, anyway. Different people have different opinions. I personally don't. I want to see the best fights made at the best time to find out who the best fighter is. I want to see the two guys in their prime to show everybody. It doesn't necessarily make it an entertaining fight. Different styles make fights. But I want to see who the best is. I don't want to see how many pay-per-views you can get. That doesn't interest me.
It goes back to the San Antonio Spurs were so boring in boxing. Boxing and basketball. But that people use that as an example. When like Shaq and Kobe got, taken out of the tournament, it's just like if it was boxing, Shaq and Kobe would be in the championship because that's what everyone wants to see. No one cares about it. You know what I mean? Anyone else? So you would see them in the championship and win because that's what you want to see.
Yes.
But otherwise, the best team at that moment would make it there. But not only the best boxer wouldn't necessarily make it there because the boxer can slip and get knocked out. Everyone has a puncher's chance. So there's pros and cons, isn't there?
There are pros and cons. It depends on what train of thought or which angle you're looking at it from. Like I said, the newer fan, the social media fan, I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but definitely they're looking at things from how much money it makes and how many viewers. And that's kind of a new precursor.
Well, the company has to protect their nut, man.
I understand
the
they
promoters
have to
make their money back.
Yeah, I do understand that, but
it's not like it's like they can just take money from anywhere. They gotta sell tickets, man. And the biggest loser to me is the number one contender that no one gives a shit about, more than the fans or boxing or anything. That one guy that really deserves it, but everyone's like, "Who the fuck is that guy? I'm not buying it." That he's the one that loses the most. But this has always been. What are you talking about? Muhammad Ali was a showman.
No, he was a showman, but I don't necessarily think they didn't make the fights to get more revenue and more money and more looks and likes. They didn't necessarily elongate things. The further into the future it goes, the longer they're going to make things happen. And some fights won't get made. If you look at the mess in the heavyweight division at the moment, with Tyson Fury going to sign with ESPN, Wilder hasn't done anything yet, has he? Or has he just done it? Joshua is under Matchroom, but DAZN, but they say he's free to fight on other platforms as well. So good. I don't think that's 100%. He's 100% signed to DAZN to fight only on that platform. But if they're signed to 3 different
it'd be difficult, right?
Networks, to make those fights is going to be a nightmare, and we may not see them this year. I don't think we'll see any of them this year. Next year, it's hard to say exactly, but then again, we had to wait for things like Tyson Holyfield. If you look at that one, we had to wait. Tyson was the champ, lost his belt in 90. Holyfield was supposed to sign to fight him, or did sign to fight him. He was going to fight him after Douglas. Tyson lost, came back, rib injury, fight didn't happen, went to prison, and then we had to wait till 96 until that fight was actually made. So when you go back in the past, you do see that some fights don't get made when you really want them. However, I don't think that was an example of the money makers. They were going to make the fights. Now it's definitely to get as much money as you can. It's a shame.
Well, yeah, but has entertainment taken over? Yes, it's taken over everything.
Yes, it has.
Be a barber shop and not have a website or promote on YouTube or promote on Instagram. See how that goes for you. Be anything. Be a shop. Be a teacher. Be a business guy. Good luck not having a social media presence. It's just happening now. That's what it is, man. I have a page for being a teacher. I have a page for being. You have to do it. It's what people want to see to put content up. You know, I would love to sit back and just make money on my couch and do absolutely nothing. Like the Rolling Stones. No, we're doing something. Yeah. So in my opinion now, if you want to be a boxer, then what comes into being, like, you can't be a boxer and not work out. You can't be like, oh, it's unfair. I want to eat pizza all day. This dude ain't eating pizza. If you want to be a boxer, get your body right. That's how you need to become a boxer. Also, nowadays, if you want to be a boxer, get your social media right. I'm sorry. That's how it is. You want the big fights, get popular.
Don't know if it's for social media, but it's definitely get your image right.
Sure, but that's how social media gets your image right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is it's a part of the game now. Just like in MMA, it was like, oh, you're not going to do jiu-jitsu? Oh, cool, I'm going to tap you out. So even if you're a Muay Thai specialist, at least learn the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu defense, at least learn wrestling defense. And then you can't cry boo-hoo. You just got to do it. The game's evolving. So I think the world is evolving as far as the social media entertainment enterprise. Some girls have a fat ass and make $150,000 US tax-free a month because they have a blowout ass. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I think that's how it is. You have to be both. You can't be a social media beast and lose all your fights. That's bullshit. Nobody's getting that fight. You also can't win all your fights and not be a presence. It has to be a happy medium. And right now, we're at a leeway period. People will figure it out.
Well, there's a fighter at the moment up and coming through, Ryan Garcia, and his Instagram numbers and his social media.
Oh, he's a handsome boy, isn't he?
He is. He's
a handsome boy. Yeah.
And all the young girls like him, and he's a pretty boy. But he's really made the impact through social media. Yeah. He's just getting the cusp. I think he just won last week and he's 17-0 now, so he's going to have to really prove it soon. However, he's got to that level and he's got his image out there, so people know him.
And boxers embrace this, not like boxers are watching this. Boxers embrace this. You don't need to go to a TV studio and pay out for the coverage. You don't need to go to an advertising agency and get yourself out there. For free, you can get yourself out there and put on products and advertise stuff all on your own. The money will go to you. You yourself will be a business. So why are you crying boo-hoo about that shit?
But at the end of the day,
embrace it and fucking take all that cash.
But some of them aren't confident as an actor, aren't confident as selling themselves. They do their trade, but their trade is fighting. They're fighters, they're boxers, and they may be a better fighter, they may be the better boxer, but because they don't have the image or promote themselves.
I'm a really good farmer on my plow, and these guys with tractors are now ruining my business because I can't get enough product out. Boo-hoo. Or do I change and get a tractor?
But does it just because you can promote yourself better, just because you promote your image better, you shouldn't get a shot of a title before.
All right, how about this? So you're right, there's that argument. How about this argument then? I'm a way better boxer than that guy, but he has knockout power in his hand. All he does is one-touch knockout. I'm way skilled. I should get that fight. But he's the one who has the knockout power, and he's the one who won. Boo-hoo. Fuck it. If you're good at knockout power. But if you're good at social media, you're good at social media. The other person can't cry about that shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're not born with knockout power, you just don't have it. Deal with it. If you're not born being a star, or get someone to do it for you, or get someone from your gym to do it, or fucking work hard.
Well, they do have to work hard, otherwise I guess they have to.
That's the game, though. That's the game now. If the game's changing, evolve with it or fight it. That's what I think.
You got someone like Adrian Broner who tries to sell himself as the bad boy. I mean, he's probably one of the only boxers who I just can't take to. I can't take to him. I don't generally call anybody a bum, and I don't generally put anybody down. I can't deal with this personality.
Let me get to the point of UFC, ESPN. They're changing that model. So Conor McGregor had so much power because he was such a pay-per-view buy. Nobody's buying pay-per-views anymore. The model is shifting to free or like ESPN, Zone, that kind of stuff. Streaming content. So what they're doing, they signed with ESPN. I don't know all the facts, but they've had pay-per-views that were like 200,000 buys, 150,000 buys. They need big guys on that card to up the pay-per-view buys. They need to get their nut back that they sold to, at WME. They sold, so they need to get their money back. So now ESPN is guaranteeing them 500,000 buys. They could put us up there, and they're going to get money for 500,000 buys. So they're not as safe.
We get more than that.
we'll get more than that. It's about $600 million all in, roughly, by the end of it. They're guaranteed that money. It doesn't matter. So when someone comes in, like George St. Pierre was asking for so much money to fight Conor, why did that fight not happen? They knew the ESPN deal was happening. They were like, you know what? We'll just wait then. Nah, we're cool, man. We'll just wait. They're asking for so much money, and they have so much control. The control's taking out. Now, is it good because we're going to get the good fights? Because now entertainment doesn't have to be involved.
If we get the fights, that's all I actually care about. That's what
I
want.
UFC might give you the fights that you want. Already, they have fights that we want. Already, since the ESPN deal happened, they've taken top fighters against top fighters and not cared about the sales because they don't care. ESPN has got them. And they're on the ESPN platform, which is way better than Fox Sports, which is way better than anything in sports. ESPN is the one, at least in the States, which it's a United States company. And now they have 500,000 buys guaranteed. They get more money if they get over. If they go under, they still make their nut. So they're able to now they're taking away power from the fighters. Not all of them, just the top tier. It's not like the whole roster is going to get affected by
So what are those fighters with the egos
Ronda Rousey,
who were trying to control it and use their power?
Ronda Rousey, Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor, done. That's it.
When you say done, what do you mean?
There's no one else. Those are the big guys. Those are the huge pay-per-view sales. Look at the top pay-per-views, top 10 sales pay-per-views. It's either Ronda, Brock, or
So what are they going to be doing? They're
going
to have to...
Well, Brock and Ronda are gone already, and now Conor's figuring it out. Can we really talk, though, real quick? No, next one. We'll talk about Conor and his problem next. Has your entertainment taken over? Yes. And deal with it, and embrace it, and do it.
Complain about it. Get annoyed with it. Stand up for what you believe in.
Round 2 over.
Punch, counter punch.
Punch, counter punch.
Basically, round 2 was almost a punch, counter punch where one of us will bring up a topic and the other will give their rebuttal and we'll get into a debate about it, an argument about it. Maybe we'll agree, but it's for you to decide whether you agree with one of us or you have a different opinion. You can always let us know. Send us some information. So this time we're going to be talking about, this was your topic today.
Women versus men, because this happened. Let me read it for you. Female kickboxing champion in real Muay Thai fight with man got brutally knocked out. And this is from FightState.com. So, she actually was in $1 Million Baby. She was in the fight movie, the Oscar-winning movie. Yeah, she was in $1 Million Baby. Yeah. No, it was $1 Million Baby was the Academy Award winner. She won the Academy Award. Let's
Hilary Swank.
Hilary Swank. Here we go. She was in the movie with Hilary Swank. She trained with Freddie Roach. She was brought in to help Ronda Rousey with her boxing when Ronda Rousey just decided to knock everyone out like an idiot, even though she could tap everyone. So she's legit. She fights a guy and gets smashed. So, do you want to watch it?
I just wanted to see who it was. Is it Julie Riker, is it or not? She was the bad woman in $1 Million Baby, as they say in Thailand.
So her name is Lucia. Her name is Lucia Riker. And she's legit. Fights a guy, gets brutally knocked out. So first punch, counter punch is, do you think women should fight men? Or men should fight women?
I think there are weight divisions for reasons. I think there are divisions for male and female for a reason as well. So my initial response to that is no. I don't think they should fight each other.
I think... tell me why.
Because of the weight divisions, people are physically stronger by how much more they weigh. Biologically, men have a different makeup, bone density, testosterone going through them. So I think our makeup, male makeup, is different to a female makeup. Biologically, they're different. Hence, they should be kept apart.
How about this, though? How about the woman is a seasoned veteran, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, kickboxing 30 fights, boxing 50 fights, right? The man, let me finish, the man is almost like an amateur. And 100 pounds he gives up. No. So she's 225 pounds. He's 125 pounds. It's 100 pounds. 80 to 100 pounds she gets. And she's way bigger and better statistically than him. So please show Gabby Garcia.
Okay, can I just
Go ahead.
ask? Okay,
Yes.
you're saying about giving her this concession and that concession and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And if the both of them are willing to do it, willing to make the fight, and they're happy with the money, concessions, everything like that, let
What
them
do you
make
think
the money.
about 80
Let
to
them
100
fight.
pounds?
I'm saying that there should be male-female divisions so the females can compete with other females and the males. But if they decide, I want to fight you and I want to fight you, and everybody's happy with everything, and they both want to do it, you force them to do it. No.
But it wouldn't be fair. 145-pound guy versus 145-pound woman. She's fine.
If they're both happy to do it, they're happy
But
with the
she's
money.
going to get beat. Even if she's happy to do it. If she's 140 pounds and he's 140 pounds, he's kicking the shit out of her. Here's the deal, though. 80 to 100 pounds, and her record is exponentially more than his. He's had 5 fights in his life. She's had 50.
That's okay. If they're both happy to
I
do
think then
it,
it'll be okay. Can you pull up Gabby Garcia?
Yeah.
Gabby Garcia would beat the shit out of you, whoever's watching this. She's 6'4", 250 pounds. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Now, if she fought a guy that was 120 pounds, literally who has 10 fights down in the provinces, she's tapping you the fuck out.
Okay, so she's 6'4", 250. If she went in against Brock Lesnar, though,
Fuck no!
you see what I mean?
Fuck
So
no!
that's why there's the divisions.
Fuck no, man!
But for her to fight me, she destroyed me. They got no doubt about it.
Maybe.
She's trained in MMA.
She's
You take
a
that. She
monster,
destroyed me. She
bro.
destroyed
She's
me.
a
Listen,
monster.
I'm
So,
gonna-
size. We're going to come down to size. As far as that goes, right? Or no, or just no. Women and men shouldn't fight.
I think there needs to be divisions, so the women who want to fight women only fight women, and the men.
Do you think women
But if
versus...
they want to fight, if they want to sign to fight each other,
Sure.
then there's fine, as long as they're both happy with the agreement they have.
Would it ever be popular? Would there ever be an all women versus men fighting championship?
You just mean free for all, anybody can sign up, doesn't matter what
No,
you
I
are,
just
as
mean
long as
like
you're
my
in the-
organization, right? There's ONE FC, there's UFC. My organization,
Teddy FC.
it's men versus women. Every fight in the card is a man versus woman. It's not a
But you
one-off.
have to give those certain concessions to everybody. You have to give the
You
have
think
to
it
give
can ever
out
happen?
age, weight.
If I gave the woman 100 pounds and times 10 fight record, she might still get beat up. For sure.
Are you saying would people watch it?
I'm saying, do you think it would ever happen? Nah, I don't think so. Even in
Once
this PC
or
culture.
twice. Well, actually, there's been fights.
Japan, how have you not
There's
done
been
that?
fights where men fight against women, different disciplines before, and people tuned in to watch them. Usually, like you say, there's something they're given an extra weight, a disadvantage of some description.
Let's get real PC then. What do you think about a guy cutting his balls off and then just
Well,
pretending to be a real woman?
Well, we spoke about this one before. What do I think about a guy cutting his balls off? That's a different situation.
So I cut my balls off now I can just fight women. Is that cool or
Well,
not?
I don't even know they need to cut them off. They just have to say, I identify as a woman, so I can fight women. Just,
No, that shouldn't be right.
Yeah, no, it's
That
wrong.
shouldn't be right.
Now, should men who claim now I'm a woman be able to fight women? No,
I don't think so.
not at all. I can't see it. Should women who claim they're men be able to fight men?
Sure.
You're going to get battered. You're going to get hurt. Doesn't matter how hard you think it.
Sure.
Now, I've seen these sprinters as well. 2 sprinters in America.
Connecticut.
Yeah, and they're destroying.
They're just regular
not.
dudes.
They're not. I'm sorry. You may identify as a woman, but when it comes down to sporting, you're not biologically a woman.
Yeah, I don't agree either. I don't think that's really going to happen.
Now,
I don't think
will
this
it come
fight
a
should have
time-
happened.
Will it come in time that there's male division, there's female division, and you have 2 new divisions? You have to have biological male who identify as women division and biological women who identify as male division.
I don't think it's ever going to happen, and here's why. It's going to be hard to break the stigma. If you lose to a girl, you're out the fight game. 100 pounds, whatever, doesn't matter. Go back to your gym after losing to a girl. Oh, you're so sexist, Ted. Oh, you shouldn't say that, Ted. Eat a dick. That's what's going to happen in your gym. Good luck going back to your gym after losing to a girl. Good luck.
But there's the wrestler, isn't that, in the States as well? The wrestler, the male.
She
wrestler.
wants to fight women. They won't let her. I mean, she wants to
What
fight men.
were they born as?
Woman. Looks just like a dude and takes huge amounts of steroids.
Born as a woman.
Born as a woman, looks like a dude.
Wants to fight Men are not allowed.
Wants to like men, but they won't allow it. The Texas state law is men, or boys, girls. She can't do it. So everyone says, "Oh, it's unfair. You're beating all these girls."
I thought it was the other way around.
No. That's a woman.
But she's taking testosterone.
Fucking right.
Why is she allowed to compete if she's taking testosterone?
Because you have to be fucking big.
No, but she's taking testosterone. She's taking
PC culture.
No. She's taking a performance-enhancing drug. If she wasn't taking the performance-enhancing drug and identified as a male, then she could fight the females.
No.
But she's taking
men. They won't let her. So she's smashing the women.
But she shouldn't be allowed because she's on performance-enhancing
Dude,
drugs.
what do you want to do? Call Texas. Yeah. I don't agree with
Texas.
it. Do you want to jump into the kiss?
Yeah, why not?
Go ahead. We're gonna jump into the kiss.
Okay.
The infamous kiss. Backstory: Joker.
Kubrat Pulev won his heavyweight fight 3 weeks ago now it was. In an interview, I think most of you know the story anyway, but if you don't, in the interview with a female reporter,
gave her a little smooch.
Yeah, at the end, she claims, in the middle of the interview, it wasn't the middle of the interview, it was the end of the interview.
She was traumatized,
He grabbed
dude.
her face, he kissed her.
Can we show it?
Tongues.
Don't you have it here?
Yeah, this is exactly where it is.
He has no idea. This is why I get the big bucks.
So, right at the end of the interview.
So, if Tyson Fury gets through Tom Schwartz, do you think you should have a shot?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Look at her laughing.
Oh, come on, nervous laugh. How about every Thai girl in Thailand gives a nervous laugh to every creepy Pharaoh? Come on, man. Nervous laugh means she wants my dick. Yeah, right, dude. We live in a culture of nervous laugh. How many Thai girls nervous laugh? Do not blame her for a nervous laugh.
Okay, so right at the interview, she said in her press conference a few days later, in the middle of the interview, right at the interview, he did put his hands on her face and he kissed her. He didn't put his tongue down her throat. He didn't grope her. However, she came out a few days later. It was about a week afterwards. A lot of talk on the internet about it. Should he have done it? Should he not? Didn't seem that big a problem at the time, but it gradually escalated. Obviously, she's been speaking to a lawyer, apparently the best lawyer
her boyfriend
out there, who about this kind of sexual harassment case, we call it. And she said, he grabbed me, he kissed me in the interview. And off camera, as she was putting things in her bag, he came up and groped her backside.
We don't know about that.
We didn't see that. We did see that kiss.
Can we talk about the after party?
Well, let's talk about the kiss to start with.
Go ahead.
It is not acceptable to grab a woman and kiss them.
Context.
Unless you know them. Yeah, context. In that,
Sometimes
I didn't think it was
awesome.
Particularly... It wasn't sexual in any way.
You don't think that was sexual?
No, I think it was... It wasn't acceptable. He didn't have the right to do that, but I don't think it was particularly that bad.
Really? You don't think he was thinking about banging her?
I don't know. I
Oh,
can't say
really?
what's
He was
inside.
being a gentleman.
I can't say what's
that's
inside.
what he was?
He wasn't being a gentleman.
He was probably... No, you're right.
But I can't say what's inside his mind.
He wasn't thinking about sex. You're right. No,
I can't say what's inside someone else's
That's
mind.
what the gentleman
I can't say what's inside my own sometimes.
That's what gentlemen do. Grab her by her face right met her the second time and make out with her.
In the United States, grab them by what?
Well, in the United States, I would grab... Now, if you grabbed her by the pussy, that was fine. # Make America Great Again. Yeah. But here's the problem. He went a little bit north. He grabbed her by the face and kissed her. Now, if he was worth $9 billion, had a reality show, went balding, but still tried to keep his hair, and if he paid for the Miss America, if he paid all of his money for Miss America, if there would be no Miss America without him, and then the Miss America lady gets to come in and become famous, he could touch her pussy. I don't think that guy's paying.
Grab her by them.
Which is touching her pussy.
So,
now,
how do you feel about that kiss?
Totally unacceptable. She handled it very professionally. Do not blame her for not slapping them and going crazy. She's at work. She's under, you know what I mean? She's handling it very professionally. She let it go and then handled it later. I agree. Good for her. That dude should not have kissed her at all. Even if they were banging. Even if he banged her the night before. Bro, I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wife can kiss me whenever she wants. Or grab my dick whenever she wants. If I'm teaching grade 2 and my wife decides to come and show up and grabs my dick, it's fucking inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a time and a place for everything. So even if he was banging her, which he wasn't, but even if he was, even if they were in a relationship, this is a professional setting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He
you don't
says
even
they're
kissing me.
friends. She
Still,
denies
it's
that
a
anyway.
professional setting, bro. And how about some discretion? Some people are different on social media than they are in their real life. So even if you two did have something, that's your real life, man.
But as this story's going on and watching it on social media and watching the people's comments and looking at them and being on different pages and reading people's comments, it's a good 70-80% giving her the shit, saying gold digger, looking for money, looking to exploit the situation, trying to get her fame out there and everything.
Because they're saying that though because of the other video. I think we need to talk about the other video.
No, I think that was before. The other video came out after that one, which was a video of her at the after party. Now she's at the after party of Krupa Pulev, who she said she was humiliated, embarrassed by, but also went to his after party at the end of the evening, sat down with his friends with an extremely low cut top and chesticles hanging out, and grinding one of his friends. And we discussed it, and you said she shouldn't have any pain. She could do what she wants afterwards.
Just because my wife wants to grind on me doesn't mean you're allowed to just kiss her. Just because you walk into a party and see a girl with someone that she likes and maybe letting herself go, does that mean I can just walk up and kiss her and be like, oh, were you all over his dick? Yeah, because I want his dick. I don't fucking want your dick. But so to me, that's you can't say that. You can't say that.
Are they the actions of somebody who was humiliated?
Yeah.
And the words on the video as well. Oh, you're not videoing this, are you? It's like, and since then as well,
you and I have done some things that you would have said, whoa, are you videotaping this? Right? We're not bad people.
No.
But we have other jobs. There are certain things that we do that we don't want publicly out there.
Definitely.
We've been at parties, we do whatever you want to say, wherever you were. There are certain times in my life where I'd go, oh my God, are you filming that? So what are you going to call that? It's her private
The
life.
argument online is these are not the actions of a woman who
What's her name? It's okay. These are not the actions of a woman
who has been humiliated and embarrassed from a kiss from a man sat just over there now with his friend.
It is the actions, and let me tell you why.
It's the actions of certain people.
And let me tell you why. Because what if she was down after that and was like, what the fuck? And was out of her head and was like, I don't like what was going on. And then what if she had a friend that was like, fuck that dude. You know what I mean? He's not ruining our night. He's not ruining our life. He didn't rape you. Like, he didn't, hold you down, punch you, and have sexual intercourse with you. He kissed you, which is wrong, and we'll handle that. But tonight should be tonight. You should go out with your friends and have fun. And fuck that guy. What is she supposed to do? Cry in the shower? So all these fucking Cheeto fingers, fucking fat-ass guys who live in their fucking parents' basement are now happy because they're bashing on a girl that they would never get. You know what I mean? You're in your mom's basement, and you have a neck beard. Beat it, nerd. Do you know what I mean? So maybe she was upset. And her friends were like, fuck that man. We want to party, dude. And we want to go out. Fuck that guy. He can't control our life. Let's go. And she said, you know what? Let's go. Oh, that's wrong? Now she's a whore?
I did your words, not mine. I didn't say anything.
You said
I said nothing
You said that. Okay, go.
Disclaimer.
We'll put it up. All right, go.
I said nothing of the sort. I just find it, and the argument is as well, I think it was the wrong place for her to be doing that with him at the table and his group of friends. It doesn't necessarily suggest she was that offended. I just heard your argument there as well.
Maybe she just moved on and was like, we'll handle it later. She's not calling a lawyer that night, man. She's got friends in town. It was a big fight. They got bottle service. The fuck, man? One little kiss is going to ruin the night? Fuck that dude. We'll deal with this motherfucking asshole Neanderthal later. Let's go out, get your titties out, get some dick. Some dick that you want. Dick that you want.
You want.
Come on, go.
Pulev has also come out and said that he has more videos. So it's all gone very quiet since then.
Let's move on, though. How about this?
But he should not have kissed her. He was wrong.
Should she take his entire purse? No. Should he be banned from boxing?
Well, consequently, he has been suspended.
Something should happen. You can't have this as the fucking key moment. You can't allow all these fucking boxers now to be like, because if he gets off, then from now on, any fucking pretty lady, I'm kissing her for the fucking gram. I'm doing it for the gram. I'm doing it for the likes. I'm doing it so people talk about it.
Have you seen the Mike Tyson interview when he said normally when he
interviews a woman in a sexual
yes, I have to fornicate with them. You know that one.
Well, let's not. He's a fucking insane asylum. Is
He
that the bar?
was.
You're gonna put Mike Tyson as the bar? Jesus
No,
Christ,
I'm just saying, but that's verbally what he said to someone as opposed to physically putting his hands and kissing someone wrong.
It wasn't.
He wasn't allowed to. But that's.
So,
I don't think it was threatening.
It's
at all.
up to the woman, right? If she liked him, he could have fucking touched her titties. If he was a billionaire, he could have touched her titties. It's up to her. She don't fucking want him touching her, man.
Going back to round 3,
Go ahead.
if she was to, at the end of the interview, say, "Oh, thank you very much," and kiss him, how would you have felt about that? Men versus women, women versus men.
No, wouldn't care.
Why?
Here's why. A man comes home. He hears some rustling upstairs in the bedroom. He goes upstairs. He kicks open the door. The fuck is going on? It's his wife with her best friend, butt naked, eating pussy. They turn to him and they say, "Come on." 99% of men are joining that threesome.
What? You
Yep. My wife and her best friend are eating each other's pussy. I'm jumping in that bed.
Her friend.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I meant. Sorry, I think
two
your
women.
friends. Like, what are you talking about?
Two women. Her best friend. Okay, I'm getting to my point. Woman comes home. Here's some rustling upstairs. Walks upstairs. It's her husband with his best friend, male friend, dicking each other down. They turn to the wife and say, "Come on." 2% of women are joining that fucking thing.
Where'd you get your stats from?
My head. Come on. And that's why it's okay and not okay. Now I know that analogy is there's a reason why in Thailand right now there are wall-to-wall fuck shops for men to go to. There is not a soy or a street in Bangkok that I can't get a blowjob. Do you think these guys are doing it because they're sexist? These guys are after money, homie. And if women would go after that, and if that was where the money was, there'd be guy shops everywhere for women to get their pussy out. Open up a guy shop, see how it works. It ain't gonna happen. It's just different. Going back to men versus
I'm
women
going to have
fighting.
to say something. You said it was wrong of him to put his hands on her unless she consented, and vice versa. It is wrong of her to put her hands on him unless he consented.
Okay.
He may have a wife, he may have very strong morals and may not want it, and did not want it.
I misinterpreted what I said. I personally care that he did it. I personally don't care if she did it. Because he's not, he can beat the shit out of her. But you're right,
She could have felt threatened as well, because he's a massive heavyweight boxer. If he was threatened by her,
that's
then
weird.
he's in the wrong
So
game.
you're right. Let me get it right. It's wrong. And she shouldn't kiss him either. He could have a wife or a girlfriend. He'd get in trouble, fucking headaches when you get home. You fucking like her? My wife would be all over that. You're right, it's wrong. But I wouldn't care. Personally, I wouldn't care. Personally, I care that he kissed her. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
Sure.
It wouldn't be. It would be a
Wouldn't
non-issue.
give a fuck. But you're right. It's still wrong that she kissed him. Absolutely.
She didn't kiss him.
She didn't.
It was all her.
Fucking
It was
Neanderthal.
her.
All right.
It's just, we've really kind of had 3 counter punches today. Get used to
we
it.
did. So, men versus women, it shouldn't happen. Maybe if she's way more skilled and has a 100-pound weight advantage, possibly can
Whereas
happen.
I say they can do it as
Oh,
long as
yeah,
they're
you
both
said
happy with
I
the
said
sign
no.
for it, they're fine to do
Even
it.
if they're both happy, fuck that. A 145 versus a 145 man with even records in Muay Thai, she is getting demolished.
Okay, here's a question. Would you fight Prime Mike Tyson for $5 million?
Of course I would.
Would they go?
Suck his dick for $5 million. Can we edit that out?
No, that's it.
He must have a mean dick, though. How angry do you
Why?
think?
Why?
Look at his face!
Him!
How angry do you think his fucking dick is? Oh, it must growl when he comes. Okay, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Ask Desiree Washington.
Go.
No, I think that was... I think that's it. That's
And
it.
as far as the
I'm not gonna
cultural
say
fighting,
that.
men shouldn't be able to do that. I like women in fighting. I like women fighting. I like women being announcers and analysts. I love all that. But men, your fucking hands to yourself.
No, my point was you'd fight Mike Tyson for $5 million. Let's keep it in that one for the moment.
Yes.
knowing full well that his record is far better than yours.
Yeah.
He's heavier than you. Everything's better, but you do it for the money. So why shouldn't the woman be allowed to do it for the money, even though it's a fair thing?
Good for
as
her.
long as they're both happy.
Why
with
not?
the,
Well, yeah, sure.
Don't think I'd sign into what
bad, though. Yeah, I feel so bad. All right, wow, we went balls deep on that one. And here we go, walk down memory lane.
Okay.
And here we go, we're going to move on to round 4. Round 4, walk down memory lane. Joe Gwilt, let us know.
Okay, we're going to talk about an event, boxing match normally, that happened this date, roughly to this date, in the past, maybe controversial, maybe one of the biggest events ever, or something with a talking point. This week will be about a fight that happened on the 6th of April, 1987. It's a controversial fight. It's a fantastic fight. I must have watched it 20 times and still can't quite get it right. The fight itself is marvellous. Marvin Hagler against Sugar Ray Leonard.
Ooh.
This was for, although Marvin Hagler was the unified champ, held all 3 belts, IBF, WBA, WBC, there was no WBO at the time, held 3. It seems to be only for the WBC belt, that's the information I've been finding. Anyway, coming into the fight, Leonard was really a welterweight. He had one at light middleweight as well. He'd been out for years. The fight had been talked about. Leonard backed out a few times, said he'd retired, retina problems, and didn't want it. However, the story goes that Leonard saw something in Hagler's previous fight before, which was against John the Beast McCarthy, which is an amazing fight. And there's the ticket there. There's that ticket there. You can't see it. We could zoom in on that one. And he saw enough in that fight, as it was a battle, a real tough battle, that took something out of Hagler that gave him the thought, I could win this fight. Came into the fight. He must have got inside Hagler's head. Hagler, southpaw, changed it up and tried to fight orthodox for the first 4 rounds. It did not work well for him at all. He tried to show Leonard he could outbox him. It didn't work for him at all. Completely wrong tactics for the first 4 rounds. And Leonard definitely won those rounds. Every time I watched it, I'll always give them to Leonard. Had to switch it up. Came back. What do you like in a fight? At the end, the commentator said, how do you like it? How do you like it?
Are you not entertained?
Exactly. And it was a question of how do you like it? Hagler was coming forward. Personally, I think Hagler did enough, pushed forward. Leonard was trying to steal rounds. He was moving, he was slipping, he was doing very well. Few flurries here and there in different rounds. Definitely at the end, a lot of punching after the bell to try and get the last kind of momentum as well. Did he do enough to win? The judges went 115, 113, Leonard. 115, 113, Hagler. And the wide, extremely wide, 118, 110 for Leonard. And the new middleweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Controversy amongst the 118?
I just think most people, a high majority of people, thought that Hagler did enough to win. Hagler was disgusted with the result, disgusted completely, and retired from boxing after that, never to fight again. Sure. Did not want to rematch, did not want any part of it, boxing ever again. Leonard went on then, and his next fight was Lalonde. That was for the WBC middleweight and light heavyweight championship.
Paying $500 a ticket at that point.
Leonard Hearns 2, okay. And then his next fight after that was Leonard Duran 3. So he went on to still have.
He won all those fights?
He did. After, that was a draw, actually. The Leonard Hearns 2 was classed as a draw. He was down twice in that fight, and they gave it a draw. And again, I think that was controversial. And I think that, personally, I think Hearns won that fight clearly. We'll be talking about that one next month, so I won't go into too much detail there. But the Leonard Hagler fight is a massive, massive fight for controversy. Who do you think won it? How did you see it going?
Leave a comment. Who do you think won? If you do want to comment, watch it. It's Leonard Hearns,
yes.
April 6, 1986?
87. Now, I must have watched that fight.
April 6, 1987, Leonard Hearns.
20 times at least. When I first watched it, 100%. Oh, he got robbed, he got robbed. Hagler won that. The more I watch it, the more I know, the more I understand the nuances of the skilled boxer. I edge certain rounds towards Leonard that little bit more. But I'm still, I think it was a close fight, and we will talk about that in Punch Counter Punch again. Another one
we'll talk about that again. Let me watch the fight first again. Let me watch the fight, do the homework again, then we'll do it.
But I still think Hagler did enough to win.
All right. Walk down memory lane. I love it. Now we're done. Round 5. Round 5, culture. Counter-culture. It's just pop culture. You talked about Ricky Gervais' Afterlife, the new Ricky Gervais show on Netflix.
I thought it was excellent. I laughed.
And I
cried. I know. It's emotional. It's clever. It's funny. It's disturbingly funny at times. I liked it. If you like Ricky Gervais, you'll like it. It's a kind of a mix between The Office, when they're in the office, Extras, have you seen that, when they're out and about and interacts with people, and Derek as well, which
because that pulls the heartstrings. Derek pulls the heartstrings.
Yeah, so it's got a mix of all three in there, but it was a complete package from start to finish. I liked it. I thought it was well worth a watch.
He's an absolute comic genius. What threw me off is I'm a huge Curb fan. I'm a huge Curb Your Enthusiasm fan, and I think it's too much Curb for me. It's I don't like anything. He's playing up the I'm a quick wit, but I'm an asshole, and everyone has to deal with me being an asshole. I think it was his way to get into Curb Your Enthusiasm. To tell you the truth, it kind of threw me off personally as a Curb fan. I just thought it was too much Curb.
I don't think you can have enough Curb.
When it's Curb itself, then you're all good. You know what I mean? But when it's someone copying it, you know what I mean? Like some people didn't like The American Office, especially the first 2 years. The first 2 years were joke for joke. The other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the American Office didn't work in the same way. It wasn't as...
No, but at least it was...
watch Office is just... I can't watch Office.
But Ricky Gervais was a part of the American Office. I don't think Larry David is a part of the Afterlife. And I think he's had interviews with Larry David. He's talked about Larry David before. He's definitely admiring Larry David. And they both have similar careers in the fact that they really don't have to work that hard to make a ton of fucking money. These guys are just geniuses. But personally, it's great. Afterlife is great, but I couldn't shake my head of the Curb Your Enthusiasm. Okay. But watch it. Super dope. Next topic before we get out of here, because we are already deep into this, is the AO Season 2.
What is it? I never saw Season 1.
God, I can't give too much away. AO Season 2 is, God, I don't even want to say the premise.
Come on.
They're learning about NDEs, near-death experiences, and I think there's a lot more happening in the near-death experience, like other realms and parallel universes.
Not like Flatliners, the movie.
A little bit, not really though, but no, it's more like parallel universe stuff and being able to travel to another universe, which is like a mimicking universe that we have, and who can travel and how you travel. Season 1 was dope. Season 2 centers around a house and a puzzle, and it's just really a mind fuck. Smoke some weed and watch AO. Stick with it. It's pretty dope. It's a mind fuck, and I really like it. Season 2 I just finished. I think it's really, really well done. It gets crazy and it gets out there.
Is it on Netflix?
100%.
Okay, so you watch the boxing by next week.
I'll watch AO.
Yeah.
It's a good show. It's cool. It just finished. And it's a parallel universe thing, which, Rick and Morty got me started on that. But, you know what I mean? That's in a comedic way. Fucking big dick Rick. So, love Rick and Morty. I love that whole spatial time consortium thing. So, AO is just dope mindfuck. AO, Afterlife, those are some things that we're watching. Anything else that you're getting into before we say goodbye?
No, but just to mention, just a quick few
roundup
points. There really wasn't much boxing on this weekend. Last weekend there was. Next weekend we do have WBA, WBO Lightweight Championship, Lomachenko against Anthony $1 Million Collar. That was on the 12th of April, which if you're in Thailand will be the 13th morning. And then the next day you have the WBO Super Welter, Jamie Munguara, if I've got that one right, versus Dennis Hogan. That will be on the 13th, which in Thailand will be on the 14th. Normally I go to watch it at Alicat, which is at the temples, round at the back of Temple Songkran near Khao-San. Anybody's welcome to come and join me, talk about boxing if you enjoy boxing, if you want to sit down and just shoot the shit, watch the fight. I'll probably be there on Saturday morning and Sunday morning watching the 2 different fights, and we'll talk about those next week.
Channel 7 Studios, another title defense. Kevin Noon, Teddy Mulvagh last time on the microphone. City Sock, if you don't know who City Sock is, they're he is with Kevin Noon there. What a horrible photo. Looks good, though. These two need to get a room. I'm telling you, they absolutely loved each other for 10 years. They've been following each other respectively. You saw their
He said
admiration.
he's known quite a few of them from
Yeah,
when they were very young.
so dope. So Sidney Sack will defend his belt. It was really cool to see him and Kevin catch up and stuff backstage. It was dope. That'll be next weekend. Other than that, man, I guess thanks for joining. We went long as shit. We went about as long as this guy's penis.
Yeah, we weren't expecting. What are we saying? It's about
20 minutes?
Yeah,
we're like
20 minutes.
2 hours.
But the punch counter punch got us going.
Yeah.
We had fun anyway.
Cool.
All I'm going to say is
pound for pound, man. Tune in. It's everything Asia, everything and just some bullshit. And if no one watches it, we're doing it for ourselves because we just need to get this out. We need an outlet to get all this information out. We can rewatch this, get back into it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I love it, man. Joseph Gwilt,
Protect
Teddy
yourself
Mulvagh.
at
We're
all
out.
times.
We're out.